I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't have no kids, do not have no kids. And especially if y'all know it, y'all top mind, y'all don't have a village. I'm telling y'all firsthand, if y'all do not have a village, do not do it. No, granted, yes, everybody have a life. Everybody has going on. But when you need the help, when you always have your child and all you ask is a few times like, hey, can you da-da-da-da? You shouldn't have to run through a football yard of people. It should be okay, I don't mind this or I don't mind that. Especially if you ask in advance. Not no last minute. I'm not no last minute kind of. I will ask somebody ahead of time like, oh, what you do at the end of the month? You think you can, you mean? Mind you need money, I will compensate you. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Whoa, why is she slobbering and spitting and snot sliding everywhere? Ugh. Somebody sent me this video because they said this young lady was on the internet ranting about, I guess, people within her circle, her family, wasn't really giving her assistance with her child. So she decided to take it to the internet and curse everybody out. And it's interesting because we just had a conversation last week about Cardi B announcing that her and Stefan Diggs was having a baby and how she's still technically legally married, expecting a child with another guy. And it was a little divide. I think Crystal from the Read podcast, they had an episode and she spoke on it. People was mad at her. But I think we live in a society where right is wrong and wrong is right. Common sense ain't so common. And when you speak on the expectations should be having children within a marriage opposed to out of wedlock, and people are combating that or having opposing views on that, and the way that they justify it is saying that that person has money so they can afford it. What world do we live in, man? Like, seriously, money isn't all it takes to raise a child. You know what I mean? Like, it helps. It can enhance the experience, but there's more other things that go into raising a child. And people, were really mad and upset that people just were stating that, you know, having children, because this is the thing, right? She's a very influential person. So the example that is being set, whether intentionally or unintentionally, to a lot of young girls is that, oh, Cardi did it. I can have kids and I don't need to be with the baby father and this, that, and the third. And I can, you're not her. You're going to be on the internet crying like this young lady because the father walked out of your life. You can't get government assistance because they cutting back on all that. You know what I mean? We trying to prevent y'all from going through that, but because a lot of people just, they don't use this. You know what I mean? A lot of people don't use this. They just having a good time. They just going through the world all willy-nilly. And next thing you know, oops, I'm pregnant. And the father is like, I don't want to be there because he don't really know you like that. Y'all didn't even really get to know each other. And I'm not absolving the father of their responsibility. You know what I mean? We're going to hold their feet to the fire as well. But the majority of the videos we see on the internet of people getting on here crying about how motherhood and being a parent is so hard is from these type of women. But let's continue.
My man, it's nothing. You feel me? Like, what the like, motherfuckers, like, my thing is this, I don't have help from his dad. His dad is a deadbeat. I don't his dad is on the block list. His dad is no longer a boy. So it's just me. It's Big Mama. That's it. That's it. It's just me. So therefore, I don't get to go out at all. I don't get my hair done or none of that. That's done nothing because I'm grinding for me and my son. But damn, when I want a chance to go out and do something, why is it that I gotta ask people that literally have my child for a whole week so I can get some money? Why would I go asking them when they already doing me the solid? Why would I do that with other people that's his dad that can kind of, accommodate me when I need them to? Where are y'all at? Where are y'all at? Like, I hate the generation. Back then we didn't have this. I stayed at grandma's house. I stayed at this person's crib. What is I'm like what?
Okay, hold on. So now we got to the point of the father being a deadbeat. So the father is absent. Um, the whoever is watching the kids all week, I'm assuming they're watching them while you're at work. So they're watching them. You know, the kids maybe not old enough to be within school or whatever the case may be, right? And you're upset because they are choosing not to watch your kid while you go have bottomless mimosas or brunch on the weekends. They are already assisting you throughout the week. You don't think they want a break from children that actually aren't theirs? I don't know how many kids. I think she said she has one kid from a child that's not theirs. You're asking them to also watch them while you and the girls go twerk at brunch. And then the other thing you said about it takes a village, and you used to watch kids when you were younger. First of all, that shouldn't have been normalized. You shouldn't have been watching somebody else's kids because they was probably doing the same thing that you trying to do. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you, these people don't really use they don't really think they don't really think it through when they have these expectations of other people when it comes to their children. And you know, you already said the father's non-existent. He's not involved. My other question was going to be, where's his parents? Because the kid has other grandparents that could probably assist you, but it sounds like y'all not on good terms or speaking terms at all. Um, yeah, and yeah, it took a village back in the day because you know where that term came from. It takes a village because when we or young people in general were doing something within the neighborhood and a neighbor or a relative saw them doing something that they wasn't supposed to do, guess what? They had the wherewithal to tell that child, like, listen, you know you ain't supposed to be doing this. And the child would be like, okay, they might go back and tell my parent, let me stop doing what I'm doing. And they had respect for their elder. They had respect for any authoritative figure. Now, man, you try to tell a kid what to do or what they shouldn't do. First of all, they're gonna probably get smart with you and tell you you ain't their mom or you ain't their dad. Secondly, they might get violent with you. Ain't nobody trying to put up, ain't nobody trying to deal with that. So that whole it takes a village, man, them days might be over. But let's continue.
My mom and it wasn't around. My dad was booked. But guess what? I stayed with grandma and them. But now coming up, my son don't have that it's by his grandparents. But still, why would I want to lock them down when they still got to do? But if he got an auntie, an uncle, of this, where the y'all at?
Auntie and uncle living life. They chose not to have kids. That's where they at. They in Aruba. They in the Cayman Islands somewhere. You know what I mean? Living life, enjoying life, kid free.
Where the y'all at? Like, be for real. I'm telling y'all don't have no kids. Do not do it. Do not do it. It's a headache. I'm telling y'all gonna be stressed the out. This is why bitches go through postpartum. This is why through because they don't have they don't have the village. They do not have the leverage to be like, I need a break. I had my son since birth. When he was younger, I promise you, when he was a baby, people used to be like, damn, you don't even let me watch him. You don't even let me because of this, y'all not there for me for real. Y'all not there. Y'all not there. What y'all watching for an hour or two gonna do for me? For what? What is that gonna do for me? Nothing. So I keep him. I keep him. I kept him on my titty, on my ass, on my hip, baby and all. Even now, I kept him. Why? Because like this. Now you already know. Most of us growing up, we watched everybody kids. Everybody kids. We was the cousin or the sister or whatever watching the siblings, watching this. Now we got our own kids. Can't nobody watch them. Everybody doing what I'm doing. I want to do shit too. But damn, for a few hours, y'all can't get me.
I can't do it, man. The spitting, the saliva, the snot everywhere. I can't do it. Listen, um, y'all be why do people be expecting the grandparents to act as second parents? Like imagine you raised a child for 18 plus years and they're still in your life even beyond that because obviously they're your children, right? You put in all that work only for them to bring their children to you to do it all over again. It's like working at a job for 20 plus years and then thinking you're about to enjoy life for your latter years, but because you're not in a financial position to do so, you got to go back into the workplace in your 50s and 60s. Nah, man. Nah, man. People got to stop having these expectations of the grandparents to raise their children. And oftentimes, a lot of y'all children be with the grandparents more than they be with y'all. The grandparents be knowing more about the kid than you do. You know what I mean? Like the grandparents know the doctor's names and all this stuff more than you do. They know the teachers' names. Like it's crazy out here. And the really interesting thing about it is a lot of these grandparents be young, be in their 40s. Like I don't remember when I was back in the day, grandparents being in their late 30s and early 40s. Grandparents used to be in their 50s and 60s. Now you you can't listen. How old is Bernice Burgos? Bernie, Bernie's probably ain't trying to watch no kids. Bernie's still out here in these streets, man, still looking good. You know what I mean? And I'm just using her as an example. I'm just being funny, but yeah, man, these parents they trying to go on the carnival cruises and all that. They not trying to be running behind no kids. Their knees ain't the same. You know what I mean? Like some of them got asthma and all that. Man, come on, man. Moral of the story is them children are your responsibility. You decide to bring them into this world, whether you was living carelessly or not. You can't have the expectations of other people to watch your kids while you try to enjoy life because hey, that was a decision, that was a choice that you made. A lot of y'all need to figure out a way to try to work things out with y'all baby father, or try to figure something out, either with their parents or something, because you getting on the internet ranting and spitting into the camera, people are going to act like they care. Like I seen the comments, people are, "Oh, girl, if you was here, I would have helped you." No, they wouldn't have. No, they would not. They they capped. It's all cap. You know what I mean? If you was in a city, they wouldn't even answer the phone for you. So you know, at the end of the day, you just gotta take care of that responsibility. You gotta eat that. It just is what it is. And again, you know, I'm not absolving the dads from their responsibility as well, but the majority of people that we see online making these type of videos are the women. It is what it is. But y'all, man, I appreciate y'all for checking in again, man, and continue to support your boy. Continue to subscribe, share the videos, and I'll get with y'all on the next video, man. Peace.